Hello, my name's Linda. I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and today I'm making this starts out as a fold-up scrap album. I've seen a few on Pinterest. I'm sort of turning it into a Christmas card, and to start we need 4 pieces of 6 by 6 inch paper. I'm using shaded spruce, and we're actually going to do some scoring. So on every piece of the 6 by 6 paper we need to score at 3 inches, so straight down the middle. Turn it, do that again, score at 3 inches, and then we're forming like a cross on our paper. So next we want to do some diagonal scoring, so I'm going to put the top point into my score groove, and I'm just making sure my scoring tool is on the paper, and then the bottom point as well also needs to be into the score groove. I know you can't see it. And then taking our scoring tool, we start in the centre and score up to the point. You can also do this on your table with a scoring tool and a ruler. That would work just as well. And I'm going to show you now, that's what it needs to look like. You only do that in one square, and then do all 4 of these exactly the same. And so here are my 4 pieces already scored and ready to go. Cross and diagonal up one square, and I'm actually going to show you how to fold these now. So we're going to be burnishing the cross lines, so we're just folding over, burnishing those lines, making sure all of your edges are straight. Fold the other way. We need to do all 4 of those, and before we actually start burnishing the diagonal line we need to do a little bit of cutting. So on the square opposite our diagonal line we want to cut straight up this centre line, so just using scissors straight up there, cut the score line off, and that's what it should look like. And then we want to turn it, and we're going to be working on this square, and we're going to make a tab. So I just want to cut along here about 1.5 centimetres, half an inch, and as I said, this is just to form a tab. This is going to be to stick our little squares together, and then we want to just do a couple of diagonal cuts here to form the tab. And so here are my 4 finished pieces. And now we're actually going to fold this score line. So turning it over, we're going to fold over just like this. Make sure you get your edges straight, and then burnish that with your bone folder. Get that nice and sharp. And then we're going to fold over the tab and do the same. So I found that I hadn't cut enough of my square here. I'd left a little bit of score line on, so you may need to trim that off. You'll be able to feel if that tab's not closing correctly. So I've already cut some paper. This is for decoration. These are all cut at 2 7/8 by 2 7/8. You need 12 pieces for the inside, and you're going to need 2 for the outside. You can actually get 4 out of a 6 by 6 piece of paper. So before we start sticking our paper on, we need to just do a little bit more with this box. So it's actually going to be folding this way, and our tab is going to be on the outside when we do actually stick it. We're not sticking it just yet. The diagonal score line needs to be going the opposite way, so we're just going to turn that over. We're going to get our bone folder. So when it closes, it's going to close like this. We're just going to go over those edges again with the bone folder. So I'm just showing you what it's going to look like and when it folds up there. So you need to do that on all 4 of your cubes. So I've gone ahead off camera and stuck some of my paper in. So I've just put these 2. They're going to be on the box like this. So the diagonal is going to be the bottom. So I've chosen a piece of paper, and we need to cut this in half, so I'm going to show you how I did that. So I've put my little square in on the diagonal. I've put the top point in the groove and the bottom point in the groove, the same as when we were scoring. This time I've got the blade in the middle, and I'm going to go up and then pull that back down, and then I've got 2 pieces, and then they're going to be a tiny bit too big, so I've actually just using the Stampin' Up trimmer, there's a little line there, and I've put that side on there, and I'm just going to cut. If you don't have the Stampin' Up trimmer, it is just a tiny sliver, I'll show you how much it is, that you need to cut off the bottom of each triangle. So you just need to go ahead and stick those on. I've been using the wet glue to do this, and that is what it's going to look like, and I've done all my others as well, so they're all ready. I've gone ahead and put some sentiments on 3 of my squares as well. And now I'm going to do a little bit more decoration. So this is the designer series paper that you can get from Stampin' Up, and the punch, and I've cut out 2 trees, and I'm just sticking them on to one of the squares, one of the cubes, and now I'm going to start sticking these together. So I've put some double-sided tape onto my flap, so that is on the inside. I'm just going to take the release paper off of that, and then folding it this way, you can then just close that on. Use your band folder to go over that, make sure it's nice and stuck, and then that is the first cube ready. So I finished all of my cubes now, and we're going to start sticking them together. You must make sure your diagonal is at the bottom. That needs to be at the bottom for it all to close correctly. I've put some double-sided tape all round one side. I'm just going to take the release paper off there. On my other side, I've just put some wet glue in the middle, and we need to just stick these together. You need to try and get it in the right place first time. There we go, and then we're going to stick the next one onto there. I'm going to go through exactly the same. Double-sided tape on one side, glue in the middle. Okay, we're going to do this once more, just showing you how it all folds up. On this last one, we put the double-sided tape and the glue exactly the same, but you need to leave the other 2 pieces. Don't stick them all together. There needs to be a gap. So I'm just showing you, that one goes there, leave those 2, and that's going to be the front of our little book. So I'm just sticking the last one on there, and I'm going to show you how it all closes up. So the floor of our cube, all concertinas in, and it closes into a small book. So it opens, that's the front and the back, that's what I'm showing you there. I'm actually going to decorate the front and the back of the book. So before we do the decoration, we need to put some ribbon on. So I've put a piece of double-sided tape along the middle. I'm just going to put my ribbon over the top of that, and that is going to close our book up. Just getting the ribbon straight there. And taking the release paper off the double-sided tape and putting the ribbon across, and do exactly the same on the other side, and then that will, not only will that close our book, but it will also keep it together when you've got it on display. So I'm just using the other 2 pieces to decorate the front and the back, and this is what it looks like when it's out. So the pieces that I've left here and here and on the other side, you could put a piece of whisper white there, and you can write your message, or what would be really nice is to put some photos there as well. So you could put photos of your children or the family, your dog, whatever, for people that you haven't seen much in the year. So I went ahead and made a box for the little fold-up book as well, fits in there nicely. I've made a video for this, which will be part 2, and it's coming out at exactly the same time as this one, so if you want to make the box, just click on that video. And there we go. I hope you enjoyed watching this project. If you want to know what products I used, if you go to the description below, there's a list of products there. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do. Bye.